This is Silent Hill 2 Remake. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most anticipated remakes of the 2024, which I hope I'm gonna still be able to post in 2024, assuming that the Mass Effect trilogy is not gonna take me more than 3 months to actually post it. But yeah, this is the remake that a lot of people were skeptical, a lot of people were afraid of seeing this remake, not because well, maybe because it's mostly because of the Konami and the little bit of a mixed past and reputation of the Bluebird team. I'm cautiously positive, because I want this game to succeed. Actually, I want to see how the Bluebird team interprets Silent Hill 2. I want to get into this game. This is gonna be a slow playthrough. I want to get into this game. I want to slowly, like, basically analyze everything that I see, figure out pros and cons, and figure out which version I might actually like more, and to see if this game even deserves to be called a Silent Hill game. So, like I said, it's my first playthrough, but before we're gonna start, this episode, like every other, is being recorded live during my live streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/UncleLander. Come and say hi. I'm playing a variety of video games, also doing charity events, genre marathons, mother playthroughs, occasional challenge runs, and hopefully more in the future. That being said, let's simply start. New game. We're gonna set it on light difficulty with standard puzzle challenge difficulty. I don't really want to swap to any other puzzle difficulty. I kind of want to have stretch my brain a little bit, but because it's my first challenge, because it's my first playthrough, I want to do it on light combat difficulty. I want to analyze the atmosphere, I want to analyze the characters, I want to analyze how the game looks. When it comes to combat, I think I'm gonna stick more to the combat analysis when I'm gonna go for standard difficulty playthrough. Interface preset, it's all custom. I'm not gonna get any masks. I actually have pre-ordered this game, but to be quite fair and honest, the only reason why I pre-ordered this game is because I want to get the art book, I want to get the soundtrack made by Akira Yamaoka himself, and that's pretty much the only reason. Hello, Fox. Hope you're doing well. Okay, graphic mode. We're gonna keep the default graphic mode. We are not gonna adjust anything or change anything. We're just gonna start the game. Let's see what Silent Hill 2 Remake brings to the table. I'm a fan of Silent Hill series. I could consider myself to be a fan of Silent Hill series. I played Silent Hill 1 during my teenage years. I loved Silent Hill 2, and I played a lot of it in Enhanced Edition, and I also liked Silent Hill 3, if not for a couple flaws of Silent Hill 3, which is most likely difficulty. But anyway, let's simply continue on. Let's see what this game brings to the table, and also I'm gonna take my vitamin pill because I totally forgot about it.
Could you really be in this town?
Mm-hmm.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Oh, okay, we can actually already control. Neat. I love this transition from like cutscene to the gameplay. It's actually was pretty damn great. And I already from the very start, can I re-enter the bathroom? Yeah, I can re-enter the bathroom. Right off the bat, oh my god, I can even see myself. I love the fact how the James look. I love the fact that the developers have been listened, because I have seen the trailers for Great. I've seen the trailers for this game initially, and James had like a permanent case of puppy eyes. He was constantly doing this during majority of his trailers, and I'm really glad that they have listened and they kind of adjusted his look without totally like rechanging how he looked initially. South Vale map. Okay. Obviously, press M to open the map. We're gonna get definitely some tutorials. I love the fact that James, when he looks into the mirror, his hands are shaking. Like his hands are shaking like he did something horrible. Which they actually knew. They knew what they knew what the fuck they were doing. They know what they were doing. Yeah, the backseat is empty, and I'm saying that specifically because in Silent Hill 2 original, there's supposed to be something in the backseat of the car, but it's clearly not. I also like how this game so far does not tell you what happened to Mary. In original, the game implies that the Mary have already died from some form of disease 3 years ago. But here he's like, arrived to the city. I'm looking for my wife. From a perspective of somebody who would not play Silent Hill games, that might be a good thing, because it actually can show. It actually gives you like a premise for a pretty decent plot twist or revelation of some sort. Me as a fan of Silent Hill games, I already know what it is. I'm gonna try to do my best and keep potential spoilage to an absolute minimum. I will try to do my best. Unless something is really gonna bother me and I will need to do the comparison between original game and the remake, then obviously I'm going to point it out. But so far, so good. Also, this is gonna be, like I said, this is gonna be a slow playthrough. I'm not gonna charge through everything, not really gonna run, even though I could, but I'm not really going to run unless I'm like in the middle of combat or anything. This is the main purpose of this game, is to get into it, analyze it, criticize it. I definitely heard that sound. Basically, to see how good or how bad of a job did the Bloober team done with this game, and if they managed to pay a good respect to one of my favorite psychological horror game series of all time. I have already heard that this game is definitely way longer than the original Silent Hill 2. You could beat pretty much Silent Hill 2 in like time span of 6 hours, 7 hours. This game apparently has 18 hours, which, shut up, I'm talking. Which already gives you a premise that they probably have expanded upon something, which I hope they did. The only time that I have played this game so far was only to check how this game runs on my current setting, which I have AMD CPU 3900X, the Ryzen, and also AMD RX 6800 XT. And with FSR, without ray tracing, this is how the game looks, and it currently runs on solid 60 FPS, which I'm really happy for. And I hope it's gonna keep on running with such in such way. They kept the save file from the original, and I can also see they changed, like, okay, in the original Silent Hill game, the way you were saved the game, sure, you had to press on a page like this to be actually able to save your progress. Previously, the background of the game was just a flat picture of James with him looking straight at you pretty much all the time. Here they actually made it a little bit more dynamic, which I don't really mind it. I don't really mind it, even the classic one. I think that actually looks pretty alright. Yeah, empty. Game saved.
It's like someone's groping around my skull.
Yeah, so far so good. Quite a creepy forest. Also really like how they managed to like recycle the original soundtrack while they are still like adding additional notes and additional themes to the original. Like we heard just as we exited the bathroom. Oh, nope. Right, totally forgot. It's in 2024. Developers are trying to do their best to alleviate a need for loading screens, unless it's in between the cutscenes, which speak of the devil.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But... I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog either.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to explain, but
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone. Someone very important to me.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. My mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry, it's not your problem.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too. Did you want anything else?
No, it's just this fog. Does it seem unsettling to you?
I guess.
Anything else? Okay, I actually like the fact that we can expand the dialogue with the characters.
It's just through the gate and down the path. You'll get there in no time. Good luck finding the one you're looking for.
Yeah, I should probably get going.
Nah, just yeah, okay, so the game establishes that certain point, those are all the dialogue options that you can get out of the characters. Okay, cool, fine, fantastic. That's not down the road, Lander. I know who this character is. There's only one character that you meet in the cemetery as it is right now. We're gonna figure out her name just a little bit later. I'm actually kind of glad that they managed to kind of get her voice acting in the right way so far. Because in the original Silent Hill 2, this character is supposed to be way younger, and yet her voice actor was sounding pretty much way older. It's a small little thing because in the end, Silent Hill 2, even her character was like, can hear the lovely soundtrack right there. Even her voice acting was kind of weird. Here she actually sounds a little bit younger, and even her reaction to like when she jumped at James and said she's not lying, her reaction was actually a little bit more understandable considering the character herself in the original game. I find it actually quite challenging to not give people spoilers for the people who have not played Silent Hill 2 at all. I have played Silent Hill 2 a lot of times in the past. It's like one of my most beloved games of all time. With Silent Hill 1, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis as well, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I was basically born in the 90s, so for me, PlayStation 1 games, classic survival horror games, it's where I basically grew up. But I love the fact that we have the classic soundtrack. I really do. Maybe slightly the change of a tone. But it still gives you that right amount of atmosphere. Ah, yes. The Silent Hill Ranch. I'm so glad that I see this font and not Comic Sans. Why not Comic Sans? Because there used to be a re-release of the classic Silent Hill game, Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3, in what I believe was 2012. The HD edition, if I recall correctly. And they totally changed the voice acting. And they changed certain things about the game that they make basically not really a lot of sense, and some of them were disturbing. Like, for example, the Silent Hill Ranch sign that we just saw a moment ago, instead of having this solid, nice little font, we started seeing the Comic Sans, and it basically became an all-around meme in Silent Hill community. I'm happy to announce, I'm happy to say that they did not use the Comic Sans. Thank the freaking god. Also, when it comes to developers of this game, they're from my own country. They're from Poland. They made several games in the past. They had some questionable past as well. There were a lot of what I would concern unconfirmed rumors about their work. But I'm really hopeful. I'm really hopeful that they did the right job here with this game. So far, I'm enjoying just having a nice little stroll, observing the entire, what you could say could be a suburban area of the game. In the original Silent Hill 2, this entire fragment was just run straight forward, nothing to see, just the forest, couple random noises. You see the person in the cemetery, you just run forward towards the city, that's it. And here it looks like it was in Silent Hill was an actual city. It was actually something happening. There were people living in the place, like outside of the city, not just. Okay, so we need to find a key for this. There were people who were trying to like have some businesses, like the wood mill over there, the farm, the ranches and whatnot. So I already kind of like the fact that the game is already a little bit more. Calling it immersion lived in, I think, would be a correct way to like analyze it. Went to town to get window fixed. Spare keys are in a drawer. Seems pretty straightforward.
Hello? Anyone in here?
All right, we can immediately just start inspecting the items. Neat, neat. I can't see a damn thing in here. Used out parts key. Can I get over here? Seems to be locked. Also, one interesting one thing that I'm gonna say already right off the bat. Is that every single episode for YouTube is gonna be like around an hour or so. What's going on? Road work ahead. Road work ahead? Well, it better be. But yeah, pretty much I'm gonna take a break every hour or so. Because I simply want to. Normally when I make VOD streams for YouTube, I usually do 3 hour, 3 hour and a half video, just post it all onto the YouTube. But I think I'm going to basically try something different. I'm going to try to do breaks every hour from this point on, so I can have a drink, so I can stretch up properly, so I can just, you know, at least let's give it a try for this game. I also want to do a breaks every single hour, because I don't want people to miss anything when it comes to this game. I'm also really happy that the AMD FSR 3.0 is actually allowing me to play this game so far on a consistent 60 FPS. I'm really happy about that. With no like chops, with no any major problems whatsoever. The only gimmick thing that I don't have like set up for this playthrough is the ray tracing. I always thought of ray tracing as an absolutely pointless, useless gimmick that should be worked on a little bit longer. And that's it. I really would like for the ray tracing to be a little bit more great technology rather than released in the way that it is. So not every game can actually use the ray tracing as that really good. And even with my graphic card that could be, I think, safely compared to 3070, if not 3070 Ti. For me, using ray tracing on majority of games means just FPS just tanking down by some, not necessarily ridiculous numbers, but definitely some numbers involved. I think this game, even without the RDX, is looking nice. I mean, reflections of the trees might not look the greatest, but let's be honest, do we really pursue that much of a detail? I mean, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that in such way, because there are definitely some people who are gonna try to pursue search for details. They're gonna pursue that perfection, and that's their thing, that's their shtick. I absolutely understand. For me, I just want to have a nicely looking video game that runs constantly on 60 FPS. Ray tracing is not necessary, but if I'm ever gonna be able to run this game with ray tracing, I definitely will. But there are definitely some settings that I'm never gonna turn on in a video game. Blur, depth of field. Two things they're looking like an L because they are L. They are just unnecessary things, in my opinion, that just making your video game look more like a movie. I can understand using the motion blur and depth of field for like movie to like point out on something, but it's not for me. I like to when I go through the entire place, I like to see my image to be sharp. Oh, well, let's take a look at this. South Vale, Toluca Lake, Rosewater Park. And the green arrow shows me where we are right now. So I could choose that I could go left to explore, and I could go right to the central city, it seems. Okay, can I save whenever I want? No. So every single time we need to find a save spot. I do actually wonder if this game has autosaves. Yeah, it does. It actually does. It does have some autosaves. That's good to see. That's very good to see. So even if we're gonna die or we're gonna lose some progress, it's not really gonna be that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. First, I'm gonna go to the left on the crossroad, then to the right. I want to be sure that I'm gonna explore every single corner. To think that back in the day, the flower shop was just a single stand with a healing item just lying on the table. RTX is like you just said, had to come up with something new to the market which no one asked. I don't really. Hello, Crazy. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I don't think it's not something that nobody asked for. Basically, Nvidia need to have an edge, and RTX was the first thing, and then they came out with their own frame generation. Basically, they Nvidia, what they have done is they managed to place themselves as like the graphic card of the choice for the graphic card if you're really good for a very good performance. Or if you really want to squeeze that look. And also another thing that we can already notice, you can actually get to the interiors of the buildings and explore them. Which previously it was the autocar fixing, now you can just explore the flower shop if you really want to. I wonder with how many buildings you can actually do that. Cash register is clean. Oh, and you can even read all the notes if you really want to, and it can also flip, which we are going to do. Miss Cassandra, a customer came in today. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna zoom in because this font is kind of not really the greatest. The customer came in today, ordered a mixed bouquet, red and white. I tried to explain it's bad luck, but he wouldn't decide on just one. He seemed a bit off. Look at me. I wasn't even there. Then he just left, said he'd be back to pick them up later. I just wanted to let you know since I might be gone by then. And what's on the flip side? On the flip side, there's nothing. Ain't gonna lie, the font on this note is kind of not really well readable. Was that a rat? I hope it was a rat.
What is this?
This looks like a sludge or something. Don't think I want to get through here yet. Like I said, one step at a time. That looks like a path forward, and I want to explore this entire place thoroughly. We got here newspapers, but I can't really read them. Entire road obstructed. Huh? Pretty much an open car. It's a shame that I cannot get into it. Right, so I have no other choice now to go through, possibly through the flower shop. But what if I'm not gonna decide to go through the flower shop? What if I want to... This is the exit from the flower shop, so okay. Even this flower shop looks like it has been abandoned for a long, long time. Most of the flowers, if not even majority of the flowers, a significant majority of flowers is just dead. And the sludge just ends over here. Somebody tried to break into the car? Well, judging by how the car looks, I would say that this game takes kind of place in like 80s. Toluca, experts in logistics. Do we have a photo mode for this? No. That's a shame. If there's a one video game gimmick that I actually can always approve of, is having a photo mode so we can get the night screenshot of something that you want to watch. Okay, so this door is locked. And there's more of that red freaking sludge. Maps. Read. Oh, I can actually read the memos from here if I cannot read them good. Okay, cool. Let me try to go down here. Because I honestly want to explore as much of the side stuff before I'm gonna move anywhere else. And it seems like we're being barricaded. Yeah, it sounds like a construction work. I don't know if it's only me who hears like sounds in the background, like some hammers hitting on something, some heavy footsteps going on. No trespassing. There was another passage blocked. Huh. Are you seeing something, James? Maybe you are noticing that maybe James is noticing that every single path that we are trying to take is pretty much blocked away from us. Okay. Right, so Gonzalez is now permanently locked. How am I gonna try to go up the Winsley Street? Because there was also like a blood sludge that I could... Yeah. I could investigate that.
More of that stuff.
Yeah, whatever the hell that stuff is. I call it blood sludge because of its shade that looks more like a puke. And what do we got here? Well, that's permanently blocked. It's got a barricade on it. It's pretty clear that the game tells me, hey, go this way, because every single path is locked from you. So yeah, by all means. The same goes for the houses. It's most of them. This looks like maybe could be open. Nope. All houses or shops are closed. Everything is just surrounded by the deepest fog you could ever see in your life. Uh-oh.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, James. If it was up to me, I would not. That. Why do you think that it looks remotely human, James? Oh my God, the music is actually. I ain't gonna lie. The music sometimes can be obnoxiously loud. I actually wonder. Just a quick check in the settings. Audio. It's not radio profile, not night mode. Decreases loudness dynamics. Oh. I see. I see. Okay, so in the worst case scenario, I'm basically gonna have to decrease the volume of the things myself. That is fine. That is fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put down the music just a tiny bit down, maybe like this, so I don't go absolutely freaking deaf. James, are you seeing something? Remnants of somebody. Remnants of the swamp. The redacted of land surround. Redacted. His monument was originally a swamp, but after filling, gonna assume redacted, it was redacted, nicknamed Blood Swamp because the water tend to wash the redacted after redacted, poured, redacted. Perhaps it is for redacted that many inhabitants redacted. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the redacted note, where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Ooh. It's more of that goddamn sludge, man. Okay, so the game already tells that this path is already locked away from me and I cannot redo anything. Yeah, I'm actually glad that I turned down the music just a little bit, because Jesus Christ. I might not have no other choice but to get this way.
What happened to this town?
It looks like it could definitely use some significant work on the roads. I'm actually quite a little bit hesitant to go that way, ain't gonna lie. Just a lonely little pathway to go over here and nothing else to see. I mean, it looks actually fantastic. James even looking behind me like, yo, dude, are we going? Are we staying? What are we doing? What is the plan? What seems to major malfunction? I'm not ready to go. I remember how in classic Silent Hill 2, when you cross the streets, like when you started crossing the streets, you basically already were able to find some basic healing items. I think they might have changed it for this game. Maybe for the good, maybe for the better. I mean, we'll see. We will see. I'm kind of afraid of going forward through here. I'm gonna try to be careful. Also, Twitch chat, please tell me when when you guys are gonna get ads, so I can basically like cut the video. If you guys are gonna start seeing ad, please tell me, so nobody misses anything. I don't like the sounds of this at all. Ah, gee. Yeah, it's so fucking creepy, dude. It's so creepy. I'm actually so excited about. Oh, no thanks. I'm not gonna do it right now. Why? Because it's time for me to basically end this introductionary episode to the Silent Hill 2. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a good time for me to take a small break right now, so people who are not subscribed to me on Twitch can basically see everything, but also because I simply want to try to get a break. So, ladies and gentlemen, people of Twitch, like I said, we're gonna just do a quick break so nobody misses anything. People of YouTube, hope you guys have enjoyed the first episode of Silent Hill 2 Remake. So far, I can really say that I'm starting to slowly enjoy it. I definitely, after getting the first dialogues, getting the first look on the entire Silent Hill, I'm still positively cautious about it. I'm still positively cautious about it, and I hope that the game is gonna be good. I hope that the game is gonna make me happy, but I'm being optimistic about it. So, people of YouTube, links for everything are gonna be in the description below. If you enjoyed this first episode, consider subscribing, liking, leaving a comment, sharing the video with your friends, and all of that. And